Boldest, and we are Nigeria's everything, certainly right here with Nigeria's first news talk and sports station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are Nigeria Info, and we are Femi and the Gang. Yes, when you hear, when it's past 7 on a daily basis, more like Monday to Fridays, it's all about Femi and the Gang walking into the studio and giving you the very latest in the world of sports. I am Samuel Victor Akman representing the Gang. And alongside me are two fantastic gentlemen, colleagues, and co-hosts today on the show. And together, we'll be taking you up until 8:45 before the games go down in the Premier League today. One game has been postponed, and that's due to the COVID-19 pandemic as it continues to ravage havoc all across the world. But football will still continue, live will still continue, and we will still be here regardless of the situation to bring you the very latest. Welcome one, welcome all to 99.3 Nigerian for Game On, certainly. Is the show. Like I said, I am Samuel Victor Akman. Now, let's make a welcome to the rest of the guys in the studio, starting off with Anthony, the voice, who joins the broadcast. Anthony, a fine evening to you. I wonder how your day has been, but welcome to work.
Yeah, my day has been boring.
Are you saying this is the most exciting part of your day?
Maybe, hopefully, I am hoping that this will be. But yeah, I mean, fired, pumped up to be here, Sam. A lovely day to look forward to, and like you said, it's been a bit challenging in the last few hours for lots of teams in the English Premier League. Yesterday night wasn't the very best. Pretty much one of the worst, in terms of players testing positive to the coronavirus, and the Omicron variant seem to be also turning things upside down. We had a record 42 players test positive yesterday night, in the Premier League. It's crazy. When we think we're done with this, and it raises its very ugly head and takes us two steps back. And yeah, you have got some exciting stories that would look at as some of the imperative moves that the Premier League is taking to see how we can manage this. But yeah, good to be here, and looking forward to a fantastic day, night ahead with the fans.
Certainly great to see you as always on a Tuesday, Anthony. And also let's make welcome to David Okwara, who joins the broadcast. David, it's been a long day filled with arguments and conversations and nuances and all that back at the...
Agreed with you, Sam.
Huh?
So I don't want it to look as if we've been having back and forth. No, please don't slander me on radio.
Whatever I was saying before you rudely interrupted me wasn't about you and I. It was about let Esther call you.
Sam, you're rude.
If Esther call again.
Sam, no. You're very rude.
I don't know what is wrong with you.
You David. Introduced me. You don't want me to say anything. You just came back.
I gave you the opportunity to talk. You decided to digress. But,
okay, let me talk. Good evening, Lagos.
Is that all the talk you
I
want
don't
to
like
talk?
Sam.
All right, so there you have it, David Okwara on the broadcast. I am Samuel, and of course Anthony the voice. Guys, remember you can be part of the conversation. 0700 993 993 993 is the number to dial to get through to us in the studio. And of course, we've got a female line, 01465 7190, 01465 7190. There's also WhatsApp for you. It is 08095975805, 08095975805. We will be streaming on YouTube and of course on Facebook as well. On YouTube, we are Nigeria Info FM, Nigeria Info FM, and of course on Facebook, we are Nigeria Info 993, Nigeria Info 993. So there you have it. You could join the broadcast and see our faces, and of course drop your comments on the various conversations we're going to be having. But straight into the discourse for today. for the month of January 2021. Sports-wise, we will be looking at February today on the broadcast, and I'll give you a bit of some of the major sporting events that happened. All of that from the 8 p.m. hour. Remember, guys, there's also games to go down in the Premier League today. One game postponed. Manchester United's game at Brentford postponed, but Aston Villa away at Norwich is set to go down. And, of course, Leeds away at Manchester City is set to go down as well. But let's talk about Gennett Rohr and the NFF, the Nigerian Football Federation. Yes, on Sunday it broke. Late Sunday, early Monday morning, or late Sunday night, it broke that the Nigerian Football Federation have, sacked manager Gennett Rohr as the manager of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Well, it's taken him about 48 hours to respond and speak on that dismissal. That's talking about Gennett Rohr, and he says he can't hide his disappointment following his sacking as Super Eagles manager weeks ahead of the 2021 African Cup of Nations scheduled to take place in Cameroon. This is according to a local and reputable media here in Nigeria. Rohr, like we said, was dismissed on Sunday as a result of poor performances. This is taking a quote from him, and he says, "It's a huge frustration, but I don't want to argue. It's not my style." Rohr, who's 68 years of age, by the way, was saying this to an international media, and he says, "I'm convinced that they will have a very good AFCON because the team is in place, and the team is in place, and this very united group is ready for the challenges that awaits them." He says the former Gabon and Niger Republic gaffer also said that it will be tough to cope with his exit from the job. He says, "I'm going to have a hard time doing without these great players and this very united staff, but the environment is not always favorable. We cannot control everything," Rohr said. He was replaced on Sunday by Austin Eguavoen, according to the Nigerian Football Federation, who Eguavoen did coach the team from 2005 to 2007 on an interim basis back then. But we're not going to talk about whether the sacking was right or not and all that. What we're going to talk about is the reason for the sack as disclosed by the Nigerian Football Federation chairman or president Amaju Pinnick. He granted an interview when that decision was made, and he said, and this is me taking excerpts from that interview he granted, he said Rohr acknowledged that he was the longest serving manager of the team. He said they tried to build and rekindle hope under the leadership of Gennett Rohr in the last couple of months. Amaju Pinnick also said that he didn't, or we, now in quotes, that's talking about the Nigerian Football Federation, especially the technical departments, didn't want to wait for a disaster to happen. That is the words of Amaju Pinnick. He also said the last 2 games were not what we wanted or thought. It wasn't an individual decision, but a collective one, also stated by Amaju Pinnick. He said, "We got a report from technical committee before taking that decision. Discipline is in the team is at its lowest," according to Amaju Pinnick, which prompted Rohr to be dismissed as manager. He said he had lost the dressing room of the Super Eagles. So many things can't... he also said there are many things that can't be disclosed because of the personal relationship they have come to build with Gennett Rohr. And he also went on to mention, when he was quizzed about the welfare of the manager and the players, that we are owing players only 2 matches. And he said, "We paid Rohr about 4 or 5 months. We have a sponsor who pays Gennett Rohr." And he also said, "We are owing him," that's Gennett Rohr, "a couple of months." He said the Super Eagles are well catered for by the Nigerian Football Federation. And he also said Eguavoen's salary is tied to our FIFA operational fund. He is not being owed a dime. Anthony, and of course, David, what we're going to talk about is we're still going to hear from the Sunday Diary, the Minister of Sports, as to his own comments on the sacking of Gennett Rohr, what he's had to say. But my question to Anthony, and of course, David, starting off with you, Anthony, is when you look at all of this said by Amaju Pinnick, this is the official reason for dismissing Gennett Rohr as manager of the Super Eagles team. Is it tenable?
Is it tenable? I mean, that's that has different variants, and which is which is subjective, depending on the individual and the perspective you want to look at it from. For me, I personally don't think it is tenable. You can give, there are many more reasons I think that can be tenable, but issue of poor discipline. I mean, the term used was poor management and indiscipline from the players. A couple of weeks back, there was a news that was flying, unconfirmed though, that players, when they, come for games, they break curfew, camp rules, go out for parties and all of that, unconfirmed. Still saying that. There were some media outlets peddling that. And given with what Amaju Pinnick is saying right now, while he was speaking on channels television, he did talk about the fact that some players break camp rules and curfew, and players talk to officials now, talk back, no humility, and he feels that some players feel that their position in the team is indispensable, untouchable, and as a result of that, they act as they like. I am not particularly day to day with the team, so there are several talking points.
And he admitted it, Pinnick, saying there are so many things we can't say because of relationships.
It also, I was before joining this show, I was in a space on social media, which was headlined by Colin Udall, and he was talking about the Gennett Rohr issue, and also got a voice where Gennett Rohr was saying that he also have got so much to say, but he doesn't want to say them. He said he's got so many secrets, about his former employers that he, maybe would have wanted to say, but he doesn't want to say it. It's not his style. We all know that the man doesn't oftentimes talk too much.
Yeah, he's very
reserved and all of that. So I'm just hoping that this doesn't become dirty. On his path, he's willing to, just pick up what he's got left and move on. Yeah. So, but is it tenable? Issues of indiscipline is a huge one, and if what we hear, is confirmed, then of course it's one reason. The national team, should thrive on discipline across board, whoever you are, and players must understand that they are not dispensable at any point. But maybe on that Gennett Rohr, he made some players traditional names. He made some players household names, and just maybe some of them might feel a bit, in control and do things beyond. But yeah, for me, I would have thought that general performance, which is beyond result, is one reason. General performance beyond results, performance of the team, and how convincing the team is, how he's being able to mold the team to a formidable structure that can take on Africa and go on to the world. Maybe based on that, he hasn't really come up with a formidable side since 2016. He's taken up that job. So yeah, it's a lot right now. But what I have noticed is everyone is moving on very quickly. Pinnick talked about it. No time to brood or really peddle stories about this. Let's just move on, and we've got huge task ahead of us in the next few weeks. So yeah.
All right, then. We'll talk some more about this, and I'll get the thoughts of David as regards who's on the wrong end of this divide when it comes to the sacking of Gennett Rohr. But this is Game On right here on 99.3 Nigerian Info. We'll go on a break. We'll be right back to take your calls and discuss some more on the various talking points. Stick around, guys. We will be right back.
severance package.
Certainly, as confirmed by Pinnick himself.
He's still being owed the severance package. That's a whole lot of money. It will take some strings to be pulled to, remit that whole sum. It will take them a while.
So we are paying salaries that were
salaries.
Paid, and we
I
are
think
paying
4
for sacking
months.
The manager as well.
Yes, yeah, they signed the contract, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they extended his contract after the last Nations Cup. They signed the contract. They signed the dotted lines. They knew what the terms were.
Okay, David, sorry to cut you short. We have so much limited time. I think we'll have to listen now to the president of the sports minister. He was reacting to this yesterday. Yeah, and this is what he had to say as regards the sacking of Gennett Rohr.
Based on technical reviews and based on information that went back and forth between the ministry and the NFF, the decision that was reached in the best interest of the Super Eagles, the best interest of Nigerian football development, and it was taken from a position of responsibility so that we can begin to chart a clear path for the kind of nationality that we expect to see. For me, the process was very instructive because we needed to get to the granular aspects of Rohr's performance. We needed to get to the granular aspect of the performance of Super Eagles as a team, both individually and collectively, within the context of our performances for the last few matches.
All right, we have to go on a break and pay our bills. When we come back, we open the phone lines and get to hear from you. 0700 993 993 993 465 7190. This is Nigerian Info. We are Femi and the Gang, Samuel, Anthony, and of course David on the broadcast. Stick around, guys. We will